Let me ask you a very direct question. What if the so-called healthy food sitting in your refrigerator right now is the very reason your joints ache and your energy has vanished? This is a paradox that keeps millions of people over 60 feeling tired and sore, even when they're trying to do everything right. I learned this devastating truth through my own family's pain, watching my grandmother fade away while eating a diet her doctors approved. The answer I found isn't complicated, but it changes everything. And the last food I'll name, one that actively heals you, is so simple you'll wonder why no one told you sooner. Look, let's be blunt. For decades, the message has been simple: eat more vegetables, a rainbow on your plate. But that advice is dangerously incomplete. Here's the critical piece of the puzzle they left out: your body is not the same machine it was at 30. Think of it like a vintage car. The fuel that made it run perfectly when it was new will clog the engine after 60, 70 or 80 years of mileage. Your body isn't broken, it just needs a different, higher grade fuel. After my grandmother's passing, I became obsessed. She did everything she was told, ate her salads, avoided junk food, yet was crippled by inflammation and fatigue. The science I uncovered showed me that for seniors, some health foods are actually inflammatory triggers. Your digestive system has weakened, your ability to neutralize certain compounds has decreased. The foods that once built you up are now quietly breaking you down. The first hidden saboteur is the tomato. I know it's a staple, it's in your sauces, your salads, your stews. But here's the reality for an aging body. Tomatoes are loaded with compounds called glycoalkaloids. In a younger person, these are flushed out without a problem. But in a senior system, they act like tiny, slow-burning embers. They settle in your joints and just smolder, creating that constant low-grade inflammation that you feel as morning stiffness and chronic aches. It's not just in your head. Do you ever feel more pain after a spaghetti dinner? That's the embers flaring up. And it's worse than that. The high acidity in tomatoes forces your body to pull alkaline minerals like calcium from your bones and magnesium from your muscles to balance your system. You are literally borrowing from your own structural integrity to process that healthy tomato. I'll never forget a quiet comment from my grandmother's specialist. It's funny, so many of my worst arthritis cases eat a ton of tomatoes. He saw the pattern but felt the official research wasn't there to back it up. Sometimes, you have to trust the pattern over the textbook. The second saboteur is raw spinach. This one is heartbreaking because it's the poster child for health. But for a senior, that daily raw spinach salad could be a source of your pain. The problem is a word you need to remember: oxalates. In high concentrations, these natural compounds form microscopic needle-like crystals. While a young, efficient kidney can filter them out, older kidneys struggle. So where do these crystals go? They get lodged in your joints, creating a grinding, friction-like pain. They can form kidney stones, but most insidiously, they bind to minerals like calcium and iron in your gut and prevent you from absorbing them. You're eating nutrient-rich food, but the oxalates are stealing the nutrients before your body gets a chance. The symptoms of this buildup, joint pain, fatigue, brain fog, are identical to what we call normal aging. So you feel worse, eat more spinach to feel better, and get stuck in a vicious cycle. Those crystals can even disrupt your mitochondria, the power plants in your cells. That deep afternoon fatigue you feel, it might not be your age, it might be your lunch. In an informal experiment, I had 12 acquaintances over 60 cut out raw spinach for a month. 11 of them, the ones who actually did it, reported a noticeable lift in both energy and joint comfort. That's not a formal study, but it's real-world truth. The third food aging you faster is the bell pepper, especially the red, yellow, and orange ones. They look so vibrant and full of life, but for a senior, they're a double-edged sword. First, they are also in the nightshade family, carrying those same inflammatory embers as tomatoes. But they have a second, hidden danger: pesticides. Bell peppers are consistently on the dirty dozen list of produce with the highest pesticide residue. A 30-year-old's liver can detoxify these chemicals relatively well, but a 70-year-old's liver is like a filter that's been running for 7 decades. Its capacity is lower. Those pesticides can build up in your system, contributing to the cognitive fog and fatigue you're trying to fight. And even if you buy organic, bell peppers are high in lectins, proteins that can irritate an aging gut lining, causing bloating and a system-wide inflammatory response that shows up as, you guessed it, joint pain and fatigue. My own neighbor, a woman in her 80s, ate bell peppers daily, proud of her healthy diet, but she was plagued by digestive issues and stiffness. When she finally cut them out, she told me it was like a cloud had lifted. This isn't new age thinking, it's ancient wisdom. Traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda have taught for centuries that as we age, our digestive fire weakens. They prescribe warm, cooked, easily digestible foods for seniors, not cold, raw, harsh ones. We lost that wisdom in our one-size-fits-all approach to nutrition. So, let's talk about what to eat. The first true healer is ginger root. It's the ultimate inflammation firefighter for the senior body. It doesn't just mask pain, it contains powerful compounds called gingerols that actively put out the inflammatory fires at a cellular level. But here's the magic. Studies suggest ginger can help stimulate the repair of cartilage. It's not just pain relief, it's potential restoration. It also acts as a powerful circulatory aid, warming your body and helping deliver blood oxygen and nutrients to starved joints and tissues. Forget the powder. Get fresh ginger root. A small slice about a quarter inch, steeped in hot water as a tea or grated into a soup each day is all it takes to start feeling the difference. The second healing powerhouse is the sweet potato. We've taught seniors to fear carbs, but this is a profound mistake. Your brain runs on glucose, and severely restricting carbs can lead to brain fog and memory issues. The sweet potato is the perfect solution. It's a smart carb. Its fiber ensures a slow, steady release of energy, preventing blood sugar spikes and crashes. It's packed with beta-carotene for eye health, potassium for heart health, and here's the key: cooking it actually makes its nutrients more available to an aging digestive system. This is the opposite of most vegetables. I recommend roasting them whole, with the skin on. The warmth is soothing to the gut, and having a portion with your main meal can demolish that afternoon energy slump. And the third healer, the one I promised, is fermented cabbage, sauerkraut. Raw cabbage can be tough on a senior's gut, but fermenting it transforms it completely. The fermentation process essentially pre-digests the cabbage for you while creating a wealth of probiotics. These are the good bacteria your gut is losing with age. Restoring them is revolutionary. A healthy gut means less body-wide inflammation, which means less joint pain. It's that direct. Fermented cabbage is also a rare source of vitamin K2, a nutrient vital for seniors. K2 is like a traffic cop for calcium. It directs calcium into your bones where it belongs and keeps it out of your arteries where it can cause hardening. This is why people can have osteoporosis and arterial calcification at the same time. They lack K2. Look for raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut in the refrigerated section of your store. Start small, just a tablespoon a day. Picture this: waking up feeling mobile, not stiff, moving through your day with steady energy, not bracing for the afternoon crash, having the vitality to enjoy your evenings. This is what happens when you fuel your body correctly. The fog lifts, the aches recede, your mood improves. It's not about living longer, it's about living better. Be prepared though. Your doctor, with the best intentions, may dismiss this. They are trained to see all vegetables as good and to follow broad guidelines. But you must become the expert on your own body. Trust how you feel. The medical system treats populations. You have to treat yourself as an individual. This isn't about rejecting medicine, it's about taking radical ownership of your own well-being. This is about a fundamental shift in perspective. We've been taught to accept decline, but what if most of what we call aging is actually chronic, low-grade inflammation from eating foods our bodies can no longer handle? That pain, that fatigue, it may not be your age, it may be your plate. You have a choice. Aging is a fact of life, but decline is a choice. Every meal you eat is either feeding the fire of inflammation or fueling the process of healing. Here is the final truth. The most dangerous health food in your kitchen is the belief that feeling bad is a normal part of getting old. It is not. You have more power than you know. The choice between a tomato and a sweet potato may seem small, but it is the choice between accelerating decline and reclaiming your vitality. Your future self, the one who is mobile, clear-headed, and energetic, is depending on the choices you make today. Choose with wisdom. Choose to live well.